Finally, Meta released an update to Instant Forms, which helps generate high-quality leads. I personally have been waiting for this update for years, and oh boy, businesses struggle with lead quality, so this is a huge update. Okay, let's create a quick example leads campaign to see what this update is all about. I'm in Facebook Ads Manager, and I'm just gonna click Create, and then select Objective Leads Campaign. Then click Continue. I'm gonna go with Manual, and then Continue. I want to focus in this video on Instant Forms and the recent update, so we're just gonna skip the campaign level, and in the ad set level, we're just gonna make sure the Instant Forms are selected. Then we're gonna just go straight into the ad level, scroll down until we see the destination section, and then we click Create Form. And there it is, phone verification in the higher intent category. So it says require leads to verify their phone number with a one-off passcode. There is a second update, but it's not available in this ad account. It's the autofill functionality. As you can see, it's not here, but if we go to a different client of mine, this is how it looks. Autofill checkboxes. And this is very important because this has been my beef with Meta for so long, is the fake information, because it autofills old stuff that like emails and phone numbers that people have used when registering for Facebook and Instagram 10 years ago, right? And then since then they changed their contact information, but Facebook still autofills their old wrong data. So we now can turn that off and mandate leads to fill manually. Meta is still testing and slowly rolling this update out to everyone, and that's what I've noticed. Half of my clients have autofill, but no verification. And another part have verification, SMS verification, but they cannot turn on and turn off the autofill functionality. Weird, but in my opinion, Meta is testing this update, and eventually everyone will have that available, and it will be rolled out to everyone. Before we fill this all out and I give you my value hack to get even better results with Instant Forms, it's very important to understand why you would even want to use Instant Forms in the first place. Because they're cheap, right? But why is that? Well, because you don't need a website, right? Everything is done inside Meta platforms. And Meta platforms, Facebook and Instagram, Threads and everything, they like that because customers or their users stay inside the platform. So, and that leads to cheaper CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, which is better for advertisers because more people see your ads and you get cheaper results. But it's not only because of that, because it's easy. It's a much faster load speed because website takes a couple of seconds, it's clunky and everything, but the Instant Forms instantaneous and it autofills everything, right, for you. It's fast. It takes only a couple of seconds and then you're done. That combined makes it much cheaper. But the disadvantages are very significant because almost half of the leads are fake. It might be competitors or it might be old data that, again, people registered for Facebook and Instagram a long time ago and then they changed their email and phone and now Meta autofills wrong stuff. So it's fake competitors and then you can't get a hold of them. And then 40%, so 50% are just fake, 40% are wishy-washy leads, which is basically they filled it out on the go, on a run. They took them 5 seconds and a couple of hours later, they don't even remember you any longer. And when you call them, which honestly takes 10 calls to get a hold of those people, then they tell you, oh, they're not interested anymore, which is very frustrating for our clients, right? For agency clients. And then only 10%, 1 in 10 leads are okay. Like for example, Facebook Instant Forms gets you $10 leads. And then if 10% are all of them are okay, then it brings you to $100 real cost per lead. So very, very expensive. And even though you might think they're cheap, I personally found it is not true. And I have stopped using them for a long time until now. Because now we can verify phone numbers and we can turn off autofill functionality, which is amazing. Okay, now I want to show you something very interesting and we're gonna fill this all out and I'm gonna give you my hack, right? So let's get to it. And again, everything in the Instant Forms will depend on your industry, right? You have so many different industries. If clients looking for cars, then you have dealerships, body shops, mechanic shops, etc., 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 etc. Home niches, which is real estate, window cleaning, home cleaning, roofing, home renovation, whatever. Like there are so many. And for all of them, different stuff goes into Instant Forms, different questions, different ways of phrasing it, right? And for example, I'm in the dealership niche. So for me, it's two different actually lead types. Inventory specific, people who are looking for a specific car and they have the money. Okay, I want a white Honda CR-V 2023 with 60,000 kilometers. Well, very specific, right? And then financing specific is people who don't have that much money and they're just looking for a car, A to B car that is $300 per month. Right? They're not looking for anything specific, just something that will fit into their budget. And we have two different copywriting options for those two different clients. When it comes to naming them, okay, for the sake of the example, we're gonna use financing specific leads. Then I'll just put here financing and today's date. Done. Then we choose higher intent, require leads to verify their phone numbers, and then flexible form delivery. I like to turn it on and let Facebook Meta optimize for the best results, right? Then we go to intro, background image. Yes, I like that. And I want to use the image from my ad, because if I had an ad saying that 0 down financing from $90 per week, I want to have that in here in the background. We have gridding is on. It all depends, right? For example, if I had inventory specific, then I would have a specific car. Like I would just target people who are interested in RAV4s, and I would have a RAV4 in the background, but then I would turn the gridding off because I want them to leave the information right away. I want them to know that they are inquiring for that specific car. So they don't need to know anything more than that. But for the financing, yes, I want to leave that on. And then gridding headline is free car payments estimate, because in the ad I would say get a quote for cars in your budget, because it's a pre-approval first process. So free car payments estimate, sign up today to find out your car and payment options. Here in this option, for example, if you're not in the dealership niche or you're in roofing or body shops or anything, you might want to provide just a summary of your ad. So whatever you say in your ad, you want to kind of like also give it a headline, a little description in this section. So it basically confirms whatever you promised them or whatever your copy was in the ad. And then we click next. I don't use conditional logic because I'm not an advocate of making it a very complex questionnaires in the instant forms. I want to just collect their full name and phone numbers, not even emails. And I just want to get a hold of them in the next 1 minute, the next 5 minutes, and get extra information like their address, their date of birth, their income, whatever we need on the phone. Because now with this new update, all the phones are going to be verified, so it's going to be a much higher probability that we will reach them on the phone, and then it will be much easier for them and cheaper for us as marketers to get that information from them while we're speaking them on the phone. Description is we say, so we're going to do this. I like phrasing it this way. Where should we send your promotion? Where should we send your something, right? It's not like, please write your phone and email and we're going to get in touch with you in the next 24 hours. So I want to phrase it a little bit better, more interesting. Then full name, phone number, mandatory, obviously, and then we click next. Okay, when it comes to privacy policy, this link text, you just leave it as is because instant forms will autofill your client's name in there. But for the link, just don't stress. In Google, type your client's name, for example, right, honda.com, your client's business name. In the browser, go to their website, scroll down, find the privacy section, and then copy that URL and paste it in the instant forms. So easy. Here's the section where I wanted to give you a secret hack to increase your results with instant forms. But if you want to keep it simple, you can just basically type someone from our team will be in touch within 24 hours. Keep an eye on your phone to increase the response rate, right? And then thanks, you all said is fine. Copy and paste the link to their homepage, to the website, or maybe a specific landing page on their website, and then connect with leads in Messenger. Blank, do not tick that box. So, but if you want to spice it up and improve your results dramatically, I personally like to take an extra step and get, the best possible response rate by incentivizing people with a little promotion that really costs almost nothing to my clients, but will go a long way in making sure they engage with us, right? Because now they have something of value they can lose if they don't buy from us. And that could be as simple as an oil change or a free consultation or something of $50 value, right? Now for dealerships, for example, I use ending headline, act now, right? To kind of like make it urgent. And then description, I put to qualify, send us a message gift on WhatsApp. Select chat on WhatsApp, and then to qualify, send us a message gift on WhatsApp by clicking the green button below. It's green over here, and then the button name is free $100 gift card. $100, $50, whatever you want to use. It also depends on the lifetime value of a customer to your agency client. For dealerships, those are big sales, and that's why we can spend a little bit extra for every transaction, for every sale. That's why $100, even $500, even free winter tires, $500 gift cards, everything, we can play around with it. For a smaller like med spas or chiropractors, it should be something smaller. You would have to obviously make that decision yourself. And then you click create form, and then you're done. And this is how it would look like. This is the introduction. Then they fill out their information, and then when they click continue, a text message will be sent to their phone, and it basically will autofill the code that's been delivered to their phone number. They click continue, and they review. They slide here the slider to submit, just to make sure everything is correct. And thank you page, which is not even the thank you page, because now they have to take an extra step to get a little bonus, right? Then improve our clients' results and to get in contact with them easily and then sell them easier, because if they do not basically become a customer, they're gonna lose this $100 gift card. Mind you that your cost per lead will go up by implementing these changes, but I think by having the right phone number, you will get rid of the bots and people who are not as interested in taking those extra steps. I think it will be well worth it, but it's always good to test and see what works for your clients. I personally always try to keep a healthy balance of different lead types. For most of my clients, for example, I generate website verified leads combined with Instagram and Facebook messages. And now, because of the verification update, I will be testing phone verified instant forms as well. And if you want to know the best way to onboard a new client in the Facebook Business Manager, consider watching this video over here. In there, I will show you how to correctly onboard Facebook ads clients step by step. Thank you for your time, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. See you in the next one.